The next footage captures a moment rarely seen along the front line. A lone soldier moves toward a tree to pause and recover. From above, a Ukrainian drone releases a munition that lands nearby, immediately altering the situation. The soldier reacts by discarding an item from his gear and attempting to remove equipment in an effort to move more freely. Every movement is recorded from the air, with the drone maintaining steady observation rather than rushing. The sequence offers a rare overhead view of how sudden aerial pressure can force rapid decisions, highlighting the psychological and tactical impact drones have even before direct contact occurs. The next sequence unfolds in a ruined civilian area that was contested earlier. A Russian soldier is seen running in panic toward a damaged building, hoping the structure will provide cover. A Ukrainian drone follows closely from above, tracking the movement as the soldier disappears inside. Once the location is confirmed, the drone pauses overhead, hovering to reassess the surroundings and check for additional activity. After a brief observation, the drone lowers altitude and moves toward the interior space. Startled by the sudden presence, the soldier breaks from his hiding place and attempts to escape back into the open. The reaction comes late, and the movement is quickly contained. The next footage unfolds over an open grass field near a recently contested area. A Ukrainian reconnaissance drone observes 3 Russian soldiers attempting to cross the field while maintaining loose spacing. After moving part of the way, one soldier stops and sits down, appearing to work on equipment or communicate, while another remains standing nearby to provide security. The activity draws attention from above. The position is relayed, and an attack drone is redirected toward the area. As it approaches, the soldier on watch detects the threat and raises a light weapon, attempting to force the drone away. The effort proves ineffective. The drone maintains its course and resolves the engagement. Following the initial impact, one soldier breaks away from the smoke and moves across the grass, but after only a few steps he drops low, attempting to stay concealed. A second drone arrives almost immediately, closing the distance and preventing further movement. Nearby, the third soldier becomes the next focus of attention. He reacts by attempting to drive the drone off, but without coordination or cover, the attempt fails. A lone soldier is observed moving along a narrow trail beside a dirt road. As he advances, he suddenly shifts toward the roadside grass and presses himself flat against the ground. The reaction suggests he has detected a Ukrainian drone tracking his movement from above. The attempt to remain unseen lasts only moments, maintaining steady control. The drone adjusts its angle and closes the distance without hesitation. The encounter is resolved quickly, demonstrating how early detection from the air limits the effectiveness of improvised concealment along exposed routes. The scene takes place over an abandoned agricultural field near the Pokrovsk area, where tall weeds and overgrowth cover the ground. A Ukrainian drone observes a Russian soldier lying below, appearing to rest in the open terrain. The drone maintains distance at first, scanning the surroundings and checking for any additional movement nearby. Nothing unusual is detected. The soldier remains still, seemingly unaware of the presence overhead, likely slowed by fatigue. After completing its assessment, the drone adjusts altitude and direction, moving in with controlled speed. The encounter is resolved shortly afterward, illustrating how exhaustion and open terrain can leave individuals exposed during aerial patrols. The next footage takes place over an abandoned agricultural area, overgrown with weeds and tall grass. 2 Russian soldiers are moving across the field when the one in the rear suddenly drops to the ground. At first, it appears to be fatigue, but the reaction is deliberate. He has noticed a drone operating nearby. Believing the vegetation provides enough concealment, he remains still. From above, the movement is already confirmed. The Ukrainian drone adjusts its path, approaches the position, and resolves the encounter, showing how improvised concealment offers little protection under aerial observation. The next footage takes place near a recently contested area. A lone soldier is seen moving toward a forest edge, hoping the tree line will provide cover. From above, a Ukrainian drone maintains close tracking, matching the movement step by step. When the soldier realizes he is being followed, he attempts to sprint deeper into the trees. The effort lasts only a few seconds. The drone adjusts speed and angle, maintaining control as the distance narrows, before the forest can offer protection. The scene unfolds along a muddy dirt road, where standing water and slick ground remain after a recent rainfall. A Russian soldier is traveling by motorcycle when the surface gives way, causing the vehicle to skid and the rider to fall. From above, a Ukrainian drone observes the sudden stop and closes the distance. The drone adjusts its approach as the soldier attempts to recover. The encounter is resolved shortly afterward, showing how terrain and weather can quickly turn routine movement into vulnerability under aerial surveillance. The footage takes place during a routine patrol by Ukrainian drone operators near the forest edge of a recently damaged village in northern Ukraine. As the drone moves along a dirt road bordering the tree line, a faint shape becomes visible among the rubble. The drone adjusts its course and moves closer to investigate. The object is identified as a Russian soldier lying still inside the debris, likely resting after earlier movement. As the sound overhead grows louder, the soldier becomes aware of the presence and attempts to drive the drone away using his weapon. The response is hurried and ineffective, maintaining control and distance. These moments highlight how aerial pressure shapes behavior before contact. The next sequence shows a soldier attempting to move into a shelter, only to be followed closely by a drone tracking the movement from behind. The drone maintains its approach and targets the shelter entrance, preventing it from being used as cover. Nearby, a tank concealed within a forested area is identified by a heavier drone assigned to armored targets. The initial strike damages the vehicle, but does not fully disable it. Moments later, a second drone arrives and completes the task after reassessing the position. Across the surrounding area, additional drones continue their patrols, locating multiple shelters where enemy forces are believed to be hiding. One by one, these positions are identified and addressed, illustrating how sustained aerial pressure can systematically reduce the effectiveness of fixed defensive points across contested terrain. The emphasis here is control, not speed. Deep inside a forest belt near a recently contested area, a Ukrainian drone is tasked with conducting a post-engagement sweep to prevent renewed enemy activity, flying at low altitude beneath the canopy. The drone moves carefully to improve visibility, following earlier reconnaissance reports that indicated unusual movement in the area. The patrol proceeds slowly, scanning the terrain for subtle signs of presence. After several passes, a figure is identified lying flat against the ground, using the forest floor and vegetation as camouflage, maintaining control and alignment. The drone adjusts its approach and closes the distance. The encounter is resolved shortly afterward. The footage shows two Russian soldiers traveling by motorcycle along a dirt road still wet from recent rain. Unaware of the situation behind them, they continue forward as a Ukrainian drone tracks their movement from above. The distance closes quickly, and the motorcycles are forced to stop before reaching cover. The sequence then widens to the broader area around Kupiansk. Ukrainian drone teams from the 414th Unmanned Systems Unit, known as Worm Busters, deploy multiple platforms along key routes leading in and out of the sector. Roads, trails, and forest edges are monitored continuously. One by one, additional motorcycle movements are detected and interrupted. Several concealed motorcycles hidden near tree lines are also located and addressed. Rather than isolated incidents, the footage presents a coordinated effort to deny rapid movement across the area. It highlights how persistent aerial coverage along critical routes limits mobility and reduces the effectiveness of light, fast transport under constant observation.